Hi everybody. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes here for everybody to join us. I think we're going to have quite a few today. So I'm just going to get some stuff set up and we'll see how many join today. Oh, I got one. Awesome. This is what we're making today. The Easter eggs. This is kind of like a kid's project. Hi, Wendy. Thought they were really cute. I don't have kids. I did these myself. No. I did do them myself though. I was like, oh, I need something brightly colored to make it look more kid-friendly. So I made these this morning. So don't make fun of me. This is my child artwork here. My inner child artwork. Hi Cora, hi Aria. All right. And for the adults, this can be awesome too. All right. So if you're just an adult watching, or if you're doing this along with your kids and want to make them look really cool, you can. They also can be an adult craft. They're easy. Something for the both of you guys to do. So those are really, really pretty. These are ones that I made myself just because they match my decor and I wanted a picture of something to post. So, all right. Put these over here. All right, I have 4 of you. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes. Let me see here what time it is. 1:04. Okay, getting there. All right. So we're just going to start because it is 1 o'clock. It's past 1 o'clock a little bit. If you are joining me later, know somebody who's going to be watching, it's okay. They can go back and watch the full video after we're all done. All right, you guys. So you'll need, of course, I think I gave you guys a list of everything. So you should have it. If you don't, it's okay. You can improvise, I'm sure. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and face you guys down to the countertop here. Maybe my thing broke today, so of course. There we go. All right, so you'll need, 1 cup flour, a 1/2 cup of salt, and 1/2 cup water. All right. Don't mind my stuff. I made a couple of these this morning just to go over it and make sure I had it right. So put this away, that's from earlier. And then you'll need something to mix in, all right, a bowl and something to mix with, okay? All right, let's see. So this makes pretty much, I don't exactly know how many it makes because I ended up, when I first did this, I ended up making my own egg-shaped cookie cutter because I don't bake and I have no cookie cutters. So I had a mason jar lid, and I know you guys will probably make fun of me for this, but I shaped it into an egg shape. So if you don't have any cookie cutters at home and you're a crafter or you're an adult just wanting to do this, that's fine. You can get a mason jar lid and kind of squeeze it and make an egg shape. So it does work. You can make your own. Or if you have something like this, have fun. You can make your own shapes. I did go to Walmart this morning and I grabbed a couple more cookie cutters because I was like, these are so cute. Now there's a big difference in between sizes. So this of course made a lot more than these two will. So I did half of this recipe and I think it gave me like it could have gave me probably about 8 or 9 little eggs. Okay, so if you have 1 kid, I would maybe cut this in half. That should be plenty unless you guys want to make a ton of them. The whole recipe, I'm not quite sure. I didn't make a whole one yet, so I'm guessing this is going to get you pretty far. So, all right, so it doesn't matter what you add first. You just throw everything in a bowl. I'm going to scoop this way so you guys can see. Some flour. Throw your salt. And your water. All right. And just mix that together and it'll form a dough. If you did baking or anything before, you kind of know. So it's forming a dough, and this is the fun part. Kids could probably shape this with their hands. It's all just regular cooking ingredients, so nothing that's gonna hurt you. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and knead this a little bit. This is probably as far as my cooking skills go. I'm terrible at cooking. I can't cook or bake or anything. I'm just not good at it. So I'm surprised that I didn't burn down my house yet, just trying to make this thing. So your kids could probably do a better job than I can. All right, so it's literally just making dough. All right, now this little piece here was from this morning at like 7:30, and it's still very soft. So you got a lot of working time with this. It doesn't just harden or anything on its own. You can probably keep it in a bag and keep it on your counter if you have extra and your kids want to do it maybe tomorrow. I'm sure if you make enough of it, you could probably just keep it in a baggie. So like I said, that's from 7:30 this morning. It's been sitting out in the bowl and nothing has happened to it. Yes, Wendy. You have seen me take impressions. This is how I work. I mean, you know me, of all people. I'm sure you know how messy I am. My counter space, I was surprised I didn't get it too messy today. I was doing pretty good. Not too bad. Let's mix all these little crumbles in here. All right, so that's pretty good. I can go back and get more out of here if I need to, but I think that's going to be plenty for what I want to do. All right, so I'm going to put some flour on the countertop. I don't know a lot about baking, but that I do know. That way your dough does not stick to the countertop. And it doesn't have to be Easter stuff. You guys can make whatever shapes you have. If you have cookie cutters, if there's Christmas trees or whatever, who cares? Just something for the kids to do, to paint. Okay, so now that you have your glob of dough, you're going to flatten it out. I'm just going to flatten it with my hand just a tiny bit. All right, and then use your rolling pin to do so. This is my fancy rolling pin. My husband hates this rolling pin because he actually does the baking and cooking. So I use it when he's not home because I think it's nice, even though I've only used it probably twice and this is the second time. So I like the look of it. He actually likes a rolling pin that works. So all right. I did mine pretty flat just because I noticed, I'll show you guys here. The little bunnies I did earlier today, they're really, really cute. I'm going to do them again. I'm going to try it again. But my eggs, I made a lot thinner than I did my bunnies. My bunnies kind of puffed out. So I don't know if you guys bake a lot, maybe you know why I did that. I'm not quite sure. But they just got real puffy, like there's an air pocket in there. They're still hard. You can still paint them. They'll still work. But the eggs turned out decent. Okay, so I'm going to try to roll it pretty flat. I think maybe that's where I made my mistake with the bunnies. All right, just a little bit flatter here. This is weird doing my videos out in the kitchen. I'm not used to this. I did one the other day when I was doing the bottle tinning, and it just felt weird. I'm not in my normal seat. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty good. It looks pretty flat. It's pretty thin. I'll take a piece off of here so you guys can kind of see how thin I made that, okay? It's about how thin it is. I could probably go a little bit thinner, but I don't want to stretch it out too much. All right, so I'm going to get my cookie cutter. Let your kids pick a cool one. And just like you would normally do when you're making sugar cookies, just going to go through and cut them. And I'm guessing you can get pretty many out of this. it just depends on how big your cookie cutter is, like I said. All right, I don't think I can get, oh, I might be able to get one more out of there. We're gonna do that. Okay. All right, and like you normally would, just peel the outer edge off. And if you're using the flour underneath, it'll come off the countertop really easily. If you don't, it's gonna stick and you're gonna just end up redoing it. That I do know. I used to bake cookies with my church group every Christmas, and I did pick up some of the stuff. It did stick with me a little bit. All right. So there's our little cookies. I'm just putting my dough, the extra dough, over there. And I'm just going to take these up one by one. Might be a little piece in between them. All right, and then there's your little bunny. Okay, and you'll just need a cookie tray, of course, with some parchment paper. I'm just going to lay them this way. And they're coming up pretty easily. They're looking pretty good. Okay. Just that. All right, there's a couple. Your oven is to be set at 250. And when I read about doing these, the one lady kept them in for 2 hours, I think is what her blog or something said. Everybody was saying about 2 hours or 1.5. I kept mine in for about 1 hour and it was fine. So I don't know. I mean, if you look really closely at the ones I made earlier, I mean, they were even starting to brown. I mean, they're hard. They were already starting to brown. So if I would have left them in there any longer than the hour, I think they would have burnt. So I would just set 250 and try an hour. And it also depends on the thickness of your dough and how thick you rolled it out to be. So also, you know, consider that too. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. I'm just gonna do the rest of these. And if your kids make these, or you make them as an adult, whatever, post pictures. I'd love to see it. I've just figured I'll try to do something that the kids can do also now, just because we're all stuck at home, and I'm sure, I know some of my coworkers and friends, they're moms, and I'm sure you guys are going nuts by now. So, if you need something to do, this gives you something. I know it's a little bit messy, but it's worth it in the end. All right, I'm just gonna flatten this out again. Roll it. So you can see this is a whole batch. So if you're using a smaller cookie cutter, you can definitely get a lot out of here. So I would say if you have 2 kids, this would be a good amount. Unless you want to make a bazillion of them, that's up to you. I would maybe just do the simple 1 cup flour, 1/2 cup salt, and 1/2 cup water recipe, because that'll get you pretty far. And if you have 1 kid and you know it's not going to keep their interest very long, I would maybe just do half the recipe. Okay. So that looks pretty good. I think I rolled this one out a tiny bit thinner maybe. That's okay. All right. So I'm going to do the egg now. Add a couple of these. All right. I don't think another bunny will fit there. It might actually. I think I might get lucky there. There we go. Looks good. All right. So I'm going to see if I can get one more egg out of this, and then we will go on to the next step. These aren't very hard. There's not much for me to explain, so I just figured I'd make a couple here for you guys. So either if you're watching this now and doing it with your kids, or if you want to go back and do it later, that's awesome too. right, get one more egg out of this. And if you guys, I'll post in my actual, like, after I'm done with this video, if you know somebody who might want to be doing, who might want to do this with their kids later on after the video, I will post in my description part of this video at the very top, I will post the recipe. That way you guys have it. All right, let's see if I get one more out of here. I'm going to try to start doing more kids crafts during the week, especially now that we're all inside, and it'll give you guys something to do for at least an hour with your kids. So I am going to line up more kids crafts in the next week or two. I just have to get my schedule together. All right, so that looks good. I just have them all here on the cookie sheet ready to go in now. And then before we put them in, actually, if you're doing a hanging ornament, like I did these, and you need that little hole at the very, very top, don't sit there and try to make it with, like, you know, a knife or something. And the kids can actually do this. This is very, very easy. Where did I put it? Ah, here it is. Okay, so you just need a straw, little plastic straw, okay? And you can see I used the top of it earlier. All you do is get one end of that straw, and you just poke the holes. It'll just, it's like a little cookie cutter. It'll just poke those little holes in there. And I'm using mine as a garland, so that's why I'm putting 2 holes here in the bunny ears. I'm gonna run some twine through it to make some garland. And the eggs I'm just using as an ornament. And I like it because the straw also collects the little dots for you, so you don't have to worry about picking them up or trying to get them out of where you're poking them through. So it works out really nicely. It's a cool little trick. And I'm just twisting it just to make sure it's cut the whole way through. All right, all those look good. So now that my oven is preheated at 220, I'm going to stick these in. And then I am going to actually just bring my other batch from this morning. I'm not going to make you guys wait an hour till these are done. So that's pretty much how you get them ready. So now you just have to bake them. Like I said, keep an eye on them. I would say anywhere, it just depends on your thickness of the dough. You know, if your kids are rolling it out and they refuse to let you help, maybe put it in for the 2 hours if it's really thick. If it's thinner like mine, I would say about an hour is what you need to put them in. Just keep checking on them, make sure that they're browning, and you can just get, what I was doing is getting a toothpick and kind of just poking at them, and if they were still like soft, I would just leave them in. And then I just paid attention to the time that I had them in to tell you guys. But when they got harder, that's when I took them out, which was about an hour. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the oven. All right, and we'll let those in there for an hour, and I will bring up my other ones that I did this morning just to kind of show you guys. I did try chalk paint, and I also tried acrylic, and honestly the acrylic paint was better than the chalk. You can also spray paint them if you only have spray paint at home, and that's fine. Just take them outside to do so. Don't be spray painting in your house. The fumes are terrible, especially with kids. So you can take them out and spray them, or if you have glitter or glue, or the kids want to use Mod Podge, let them do whatever. You're not eating these. They're just for decoration. So, you know, whatever you have at home, if you're a mom who doesn't really do a lot of crafting and you're like, what can I use on these? If you don't have paint, if your kids have glitter or markers or even crayons, I don't know if crayons work on them, they might. Let them color them. It's something fun. I'm sure you guys all have flour and salt and water, so at least you have that part of it. You know, if you can get markers or crayons or anything, that'll work too. All right, so I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and move my painting paper over here. And you guys can have fun painting them. I'm not going to paint mine like a child because It would look weird. So I am going to actually paint mine to match my decor. So, you know, why I'm doing this, if you guys want to actually know how to do that, that's great. I am using acrylic paint, so I'm gonna move you back down here. If my phone falls, I'm sorry. My little stand broke. I did hot glue it back together like not long ago, and now it's broken again. So, okay. So I wanted to go more of the like really light pastel colors, like almost like a white tint to everything, because I am making garland out of this. I'm going to put that aside. Actually put these over here. All right. So I used, this is the top of them. So they were sitting on the tray like this. And as you see, it bubbled up. So I'm just using the back side. It's nice and flat, and that's the part you'll see for the garland. All right, I'll tilt you up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix some of my colors here with some white just to give me those really light ones. So I can find my paintbrushes. There they are. And I just got these. These are the little paints from Walmart. They were in like their crafting section. They're like 50 cents a piece. So if you are not doing this project today, you want to do it later on in the week with your kids, you can go to Walmart, or if, you know, since you'll probably be going out for groceries at some point in time, you can grab these paints. All right. They work pretty well. Or if you have, you know, paint that you have at home that your kids always use, that works too. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix these little bit to lighten them up. So this is my light purple that I'm going to be using. So pretty. All right, so I already painted my yellow one. It's hard to see because it matches kind of the dough color. So he's done. This is going to be my purple one. Chalk paint seemed to like absorb into these kind of quickly. So, you know, I mean, it's still doable. I did the ones that I made for my decor in chalk paint. So it does work. You just need like, I don't know, a little bit more paint than what you think as far as chalk paint goes. All right. All right, so there's my little bunny there. I'm just gonna get the sides of them a little bit. Nope, I don't know what happened there. My phone just kind of went out on me. All right. I'm not going to do the back side of them because there's no need for it. All right. Okay, so that one looks pretty good. I'm gonna let him dry here, and we'll do the next one. This one here is really bubbled out on both sides. Let me rinse out my brush. All right, so we're gonna do the next one. We'll do a light pink. I love pink, it's pretty. All right. Move this back over here. Oops, I'm getting paint on my countertop. All right. Just gonna add this and some white just to lighten up the pink a little bit. And I actually got those cookie cutters. I think I told you already, but Walmart actually has them. So if you're stopping there to get some paint too, Walmart has the cookie cutters as well. They were only like, I think 87 cents a piece or something. So they were dirt cheap. All right. Get my pink little bunny painted here. I'm excited to have some Easter decorations around my house. So, you know, if you're thinking, oh, I don't have any Easter decorations, this is a cute one, especially if you have kids. You can let them make it for you. That way you don't have to spend any money. You can just let your kids make all your decorations for you and hang them up. I'm painting like a child today. I have it all over my hands. All right. And I get the sides of this one too. I also tried stampers before I put them in the oven. I did that as well. I guess I should have told you guys about that too. I kind of forgot about it until now. I did, if you guys have like stampers at home, like the ink stampers, like with the wood top, they're just like the, you know, regular little stampers. You can also use those to put a design on these and then put them in the oven. I did try it. The stampers that I had were really detailed, so they didn't turn out so well. But if you have like letters or, you know, smiley face or something that the kids like, you can use that on them too. I'm sure it would show up if it's something not too detailed. This is making me very hungry for sugar cookies though, because I look at these and I just think sugar cookies. All right, let me rinse out my brush again. All right. So these would be really cute in glitter too. I think they would look really, really cute. So if you have a girl who likes glitter, this would be a really cute craft for them for Easter, absolutely. Or if you have like a star cookie cutter, I think that would be really, really, really cute. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my green now. This is a really neon green. Walmart was like out of their light greens, so I grabbed this one. Nope, let me rinse this off. I'm going to add pretty much white to this one. Okay. There we go. That's looking a little bit lighter there. If you guys, oh, you guys can't see it, sorry. Looking a little bit lighter. Okay, so I'm not going to lighten it too much or it'll look like the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and find my flatter side of this little bunny here and paint him green. I'm going to actually do the sides as I go here. It was getting hard to do the sides earlier. All right. Almost done. And then all I need to do is let these guys dry. These would be really cute with some of those like little googly eye things that you get like in the pack that they move when you move something. I think those would be really cute on here. All right. Okay. So there's my little bunnies all painted. Pretty neat. I'm going to go ahead and check on my other ones here. I should have paid attention to what time I stuck them in. I didn't, of course. Yeah, they're pretty soft still, so they'll need a little while. But that's pretty much it. And then after, if you guys have any type of excuse me, any type of ribbon, or if you just have your twine, your farmer's twine works really, really well. Those holes on there, they're pretty big, so you can fit a decent sized string through them. And it looks like my twine will go the whole way through, so that's good. So after these dry, I'll be putting this through them, making a little bit of a garland here. Actually, I think they should be dry enough. That one's not. Okay, these here feel okay, so we can do that. All right, so I'm just gonna loop these through here. Or if your kids are making ornaments, you can also do that as well. These are pretty like hard. I think it would be kind of hard to break them unless you're actually trying to. So that's another nice thing about them. I should have probably taped the edge of this just to lead that through here. Yeah, this is just a little bit thick for this. I thought it would fit through there and it's not quite fitting as much as I thought it would. Okay, but it's looking okay. All right, so there's that. And I'm just looping them so you can see that. And I'm just letting this paint dry. Eventually I will add little eyes and everything to them. And that one through there. And you can even put letters on them, kind of like I did mine, or however you want to do them. They do actually look like peeps. The texture of them too, just because of the way the paint's drying, actually kind of looks like the sugary texture of a peep. So they're really cute. This hole on this one here isn't quite the whole way through. Let's see if I can get my toothpick here. Let me grab something to cut that a little bit more there. Just gonna end up using my little beater here. I might break this one. We'll see. Okay, got some out of there. Let me grab some tape real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm just going to tape that real quick, the end of that, just so it's easier to go through there. It's a little trick if you're ever trying to string something and the end's too big, you just tape it really, really tightly and kind of make a little needle out of it. And just cut off your extra tape and pinch it. There we go. That way, it just goes straight through. A little bit easier there. There we go. All right. There's a couple. So it's looking really, really cute. Looks awesome. And my last little green one here. And it'll go right through there. Maybe I'm struggling. This hole isn't cut very good either. I must have been really rushing this morning when I was making this first batch. All right. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, I had it. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, this is extremely kid-friendly to do. Very, very easy. Not much to it as I struggle here getting this through here. Come on. Okay, there we go. So pretty easy to do, makes a really cute craft, and it should keep your kids' attention because there is a lot going on with it, especially if you're painting them and everything else. You know, there's a couple of different steps, and they're not too long of steps either. So it's not like you're, you know, doing something for an hour and then you got to do the next thing for an hour. It's a pretty quick process. So I am going to go ahead and just put little eyes on these now that they are dry. 1 second. Okay. Just going to get my little paintbrush here, a tiny one. And grab my brown instead of the black, I see, but it'll get it there. All right, little eyes. Just so you know exactly what they are here. Oops. There we go. I think they look pretty darn cute. And you can give them a face if you want to too. Completely up to you. Just a simple little thing, something for your kids to have fun with. Oh, this one looks angry. Let me make his eye look a little bit better. I don't think we want an angry little bunny. That's not very nice. This one's just gonna look angry, I think. Okay. And this here. These are very uneven too, so don't judge my painting skills right now. Okay. There we go. Oop. This one has one bigger eye than the other. Alright, so that looks pretty good right now. But that's the garland there. I thought they looked really, really cute. Alright, and the eggs, they turned out good too. So, oh, hi Lori. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to my comments there. Let's see. Kids. Oh, thanks. I'm glad. Oh, awesome. You should do it with your grandkids. Yeah, definitely. It's very, very easy. I know today wasn't a very hard video and there's not a lot to explain, but it's so easy. And I figured with the parents at home, I keep seeing my friends and coworkers posting pictures like, oh my gosh, the kids are driving me crazy, or the kids are doing this, or I'm running out of things to do with the kids. I figured why not go live with a little project to keep their attention. So, you know, you got them watching the video hopefully, and then you got them doing the craft. So that should take at least 2 hours maybe of your day, hopefully. But yeah, they turned out really cute. Like I said, they're not a perfect craft, but it's something cute for the kids to do. Yes, awesome. And post pictures after you're done. I want to definitely see them. So if you guys are making these with your kids, or if you're watching this video later today and you're viewing it, or even later in the week or closer to Easter and you're making these with your kids, post pictures. I want to see what you guys have done with it. I think it'll be awesome. So just to give you a heads up, I am doing 2 more videos this week, and they're more to the adult side of like my normal crafting. But the next one I'm going to share everything with you guys. I'm going to take this down and grab my phone. Okay, so I have my notebook here with everything written down so I can tell you guys the exact day that I'm doing stuff. Okay, so on Friday, I will be doing, let's see here. This can be like for kids too. You can get your kids to help you do this too. So if they kind of want to watch, they should be able to do it. All it is a little bit of hot glue. So maybe, you know, just watch that. If you have an older kid who knows what hot glue is, that might be a good project for them. But it's the Easter egg garland. All right. It's really, really really cute, okay? And all you'll need for that is hot glue, farmer's twine, or some type of rope, or some type of string or anything, okay? And of course Easter eggs, which I had these sitting in my cubby from like 3 years ago, and I just never really used them for anything. So you'll just need eggs, and then you'll just need fabric, okay? So if you have ribbon or an old shirt that you like the design on that you're just like, I don't need this anymore, cut it into little strips. You'll need that, and then hot glue, okay? So that's pretty easy to make too, and I will go over how to make that also. And then on Saturday, usually Saturday mornings are usually my bigger videos. Friday, that is also, I think, sorry, I'm walking over my dog, she's laying on the floor. Friday, it's at 1 o'clock. So just like today, on Friday, we're making the egg garland at 1 o'clock. And Saturday is at my normal 10:30, okay? Saturday videos are usually more in detail. They're a little bit bigger of a project. So, not that this is a huge project, but it's big enough. I will be teaching you how to make these awesome little carrots and this awesome little bag, okay? So these are really, really cute things just to decorate with, and these can be any size. I just made them little enough, and the little baggie as well. So, and that's at 10:30 on Saturday for this, and this is 1 o'clock on Friday, okay? This one here, I mean, if you have older kids, they might be able to do it too. You'll just need farmer's twine. You'll need some type of greenery. I just tore these off of, I had a garland, like a flower garland, so I just removed those and then used them for this. And you'll need newspaper, and you also need hot glue along with some burlap. I have 2 different kind of burlaps here. I just used this. You can even paint it or write it on the bag. I just used letters I had. And then this burlap bag I actually had. It's not one that I made, but I can make them. So I am going to show you guys how to make them also. So you'll need a little bit of burlap, and you'll need some farmer's twine for that also. All right. All right, so that was pretty much it for today. All right. I know it wasn't too exciting, but at least hopefully I helped keep your kids busy for just a little bit. So, you know, I hope you guys have fun today. Like I said, post pictures after you're done. Post pictures of having your kids paint them or whatever. It's a fun project, and it helps you decorate for Easter. Alrighty. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for viewing. You know, I appreciate you guys supporting me. This is awesome. And I will, yeah, no problem, Laura. You are welcome. I will be hopefully posting next week's crafts, which are a little bit more involved than this week's. This week's was pretty easy. Next week's I have a little bit more involved, which I can kind of show you guys. I was making them. But this thing behind me here is one of them. That is going to be one of next week's projects. And along with, I have it over here on my dining room table, one of these awesome little trays. Don't mind all my kitchen stuff. I moved my kitchen stuff in here off of my countertop. But this here is going to be next week too. Okay, so that's what I have planned. And then I'm going to also do a kids craft next week. And I am going to be off from my other job, I think, next week. So unless that changes, I might throw in another one. I might have actually 4 videos next week. But I'll let you guys know. I'll post and keep you updated. And I'll get you the supply lists and everything like that. Alright guys, well thank you so much for the support and viewing. I hope you have fun doing this project with your kids today, and remember to post pictures. Alrighty, we'll see you guys. Thank you. Bye.